Boston Chumlee Russell, a Pawn Stars fan, was arrested in early 2016 on some serious charges. Here's what we know about the guy we thought was a lovable goofball, until he got busted for some creepy reasons. Sexual assault charges. TMZ reported that police searched Russell's home Wednesday, March 9, 2016, to investigate a sexual assault charge. Police reportedly found marijuana, methamphetamines, and at least one gun in his Henderson, Nevada home. He was held on $62,000 bail afterwards and faced a total of 19 drug-related charges based on materials found during the raid. Contraband. Much of what the cops turned up at Chumlee's house falls under the standard of celebrity bust stuff, including the existence of what was only referred to as a chum-chum room with a stripper pole in his house. But other details hint to a darker side of the story. According to the police report, a dozen guns turned up during the search, with some loaded, and only 4 of those guns were actually registered to Russell. More trouble. The report adds that the drugs and paraphernalia were found in quantities commonly found with persons who package and sell controlled substances, which is a fancy way of accusing him of potentially being a dealer. Pawn Stars are sticking by him for now. While it's unclear whether the History Channel will continue working with Chumlee, Gold and Silver Pawn Shop probably will. We don't have details yet, but we're here to help Chumlee however we can. Rick Harrison, Russell's co-star and owner of Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, from the Las Vegas Sun. His accuser worked in the shop. It's been reported that the woman who accused Chumlee that led to the sexual assault charges is or was a fellow employee of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. As to whether she's been seen on the show is unclear, but the company connection could make things extremely complicated with the Harrisons, as well as the History Channel. He's nicknamed after a cartoon. Russell originally got the nickname Chumlee when he was 12 years old because of his resemblance to Chumlee from the cartoon Tennessee Tuxedo. As you can see, Chumlee is walrus. Thankfully, the real-life Chumlee has a good sense of humor about himself. He's a DJ on the side. Reality TV fans can be pretty fickle, so it's understandable that in addition to licensing out his own merchandise, Chumlee started looking into a potential second career in music. He attended DJ school and spent some time working the turntables at home before booking his first public appearance, where he made headlines for requesting Girl Scout cookies and hot chicks on his rider. He's also talked about getting deeper into the music business by acting as a talent scout for Las Vegas artists. Shrewd businessman. Chumlee's own company sells his merch and personal appearances, and he gets a lot of offers because he's the series' breakout character. In 2010, Chumlee sold half the company to Rick Harrison for $155,000 in hopes of handling his orders more quickly. He and Harrisons go back. When Chumlee was a kid, he became best friends with Corey Big Hoss Harrison, whose father, Rick Harrison, and grandfather, Richard Harrison, opened the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in 1989. Chumlee and Corey hung out together as kids, and eventually they were both hired as adults. He's dealt with tragedy. Chumlee's father passed away of pancreatic cancer 2 weeks before Pawn Stars premiered in 2009. When asked if there was anything he personally never pawned off himself, he told Vegas 7, "I have a few possessions that I would never pawn. Those would be the few items that my father, the master woodsman, would name. My father passed away 2 weeks before the show debuted on TV. I could never sell or pawn that, but I could pretty much sell or pawn anything else." He lost a lot of weight. After Chumlee's father's death, he took his health much more seriously. He lost over 100 pounds by working out, drinking juice, eating more vegetables, and cutting out red meat. He also admitted on the show that another motive for his weight loss was being over the weight limit for a hovercraft he purchased. After slowing down, he's finally able to ride. If only everyone could afford a hovercraft, it could end the obesity epidemic in America. Ace of Base. Corey Harrison once told the Huffington Post that Chumlee's biggest error in pawning happened before the show was ever filmed. Chumlee leaned a stand-up base someone had pawned against the shelf and then left it there. He came back to find it had fallen onto the floor and shattered. The customer came back to buy his base back, only to find a box full of pieces of what used to be his stand-up base. Corey recalled, he started freaking out. He pawned it for $700 and it wound up costing us $20,000 because it turned out to be rare. Sneakerhead. In a 2011 episode of Pawn Stars, Chumlee admitted to having more than 40 pairs of Jordans alone. He's also a fan of Vans and Adidas. He has more than 200 pairs of shoes total, according to Complex. He just started shopping for even more to add to his illustrious collection. Uncomfortable with fame. Despite being the fan favorite, Chumlee admits he's not great at interacting with Pawn Stars fans. He admitted to Las Vegas Sun News, "I'm honestly probably the least approachable out of all of us in reality. I don't do well in conversation. I'm just very quiet and reserved for the most part. I've opened up a lot since the show premiered. With Corey and Rick, they talk a lot more than I do." Bon Jovi is a fan. Chumlee told Huffington Post that even the rich and famous aren't immune to his charms. Even 80s rocker John Bon Jovi was pulled in by the Pawn Stars gravity. "We went to this meet and greet to meet his kids because they wanted a picture with us. He gave us front row tickets. That was pretty cool. When does Bon Jovi personally invite you to a show?" Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more videos like the one you just saw. And leave us a comment